Welcome to Rare Coin Master, where every coin tells a story and every story could be worth a fortune. Let's uncover the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary, one coin at a time. Imagine holding a small piece of history in your hand, something so ordinary yet so powerful that it carries the weight of an entire era. A coin may look like just metal to most people, but for collectors, historians, and treasure seekers, every coin tells a story of nations, people, and time. Today, we are diving into the fascinating world of the 1974 United Kingdom Liberty Quarter Dollar, a coin that has captured the imagination of numismatists around the globe. This coin is more than just a currency, it's a symbol of art, culture, and the mystery that comes with rarity. And by the end of this story, you will discover why this coin has become one of the most desirable pieces in numismatic history, with an astounding value of up to $1.5 million in the collector's market. Picture the year 1974. The world was shifting through political changes, economic turbulence, and cultural revolutions. Coins minted during this period were not just monetary tools, but reflections of a society's values and its struggles. The Liberty Quarter Dollar from 1974 stands as one such creation, linking the ideals of liberty, freedom, and heritage to a small but mighty artifact. When you first look at this coin, it might seem like just another quarter, but upon closer inspection, you'll notice the intricate details that set it apart. The obverse side, with the Liberty motif, isn't just a design. It represents the very essence of independence and symbolizes the timeless spirit of freedom. Each curve, each inscription, was deliberately crafted to stand the test of time. Now imagine the coin traveling through history. From the hands of a worker in the 1970s buying a loaf of bread, to the hands of a collector decades later recognizing its rarity and worth, this journey is what makes coins fascinating. The 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar carries this magic. Unlike common circulation coins, many of these pieces were struck in limited numbers, creating scarcity that fuels today's incredible demand. And scarcity, as every collector knows, is the key to astronomical value. But what makes this coin so unique? First, the minting process of the era. In 1974, technology was not as refined as today, which means that mint errors were more common. Some of these coins display slight anomalies in strikes, off-center images, or unusual markings. To a casual spender in 1974, these imperfections may have gone unnoticed, but to today's collector, they are golden treasures. A simple minting flaw can transform a standard quarter into a masterpiece worth a fortune. The Liberty Quarter Dollar is a prime example of how history, error, and rarity combine to create immense value. Collectors often describe coins like this as frozen moments in time. Every dent, every scratch, tells the story of where it has been. Some 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollars remained untouched, preserved in mint condition, while others passed through countless hands, exchanged in markets, shops, and banks. Those pristine, uncirculated examples are now considered jewels in collections, selling for staggering sums at auctions. And even circulated ones, depending on their condition, command attention from enthusiasts all over the world. The appeal of the 1974 Liberty Quarter Dollar isn't just about its rarity, it's about its symbolism. Liberty has always been an ideal cherished by nations and individuals. This coin became a small but powerful reminder of the fight for independence, democracy, and equal rights. People are not just buying metal when they pay millions for this coin, they are buying into a story, a legacy that transcends time. And stories, as we know, are priceless. Let's take a moment to talk about the artistry of the coin. The designs of the 1970s had a distinctive character, blending traditional elements with modern touches. The Liberty Quarter Dollar stands out with its detailed imagery, sharp engravings, and a balance that makes it visually stunning. When light hits its surface, the reflections highlight the beauty of craftsmanship from an era when every detail mattered. To hold such a coin is to appreciate the artistry of minting as much as its monetary value. As the years passed, collectors began to realize the importance of this coin. Auction houses started listing them, and bids went higher than expected. The coin's reputation grew, and so did its mystique. Rumors of rare variants spread, and stories circulated of individuals who found one hidden in old collections, suddenly turning into millionaires overnight. Imagine stumbling upon a 1974 Liberty quarter dollar in your attic or in a forgotten coin jar. The thought alone gives chills to coin enthusiasts who dream of finding hidden treasures. The collector market thrives on rarity and stories, and the 1974 Liberty quarter dollar provides both. Over the years, prices skyrocketed, especially for those preserved in near-perfect condition. Today, it's not surprising to hear about collectors willing to pay up to $1.5 million for one of these coins. Why such a high value? Because only a few exist in such pristine state, and demand among wealthy collectors has outpaced availability. When something is rare and carries historical significance, its price can only go one way, up. Think about how remarkable this is. A coin once worth just 25 cents now valued in the millions. This transformation from pocket change to fortune tells us something profound about history, perception, and human desire. It reminds us that sometimes, the things we overlook in everyday life can turn out to be extraordinary treasures in the future. For those who dream of building collections, the 1974 Liberty quarter dollar serves as a beacon. It teaches patience, passion, and the art of recognizing value where others see none. Coin collecting isn't just about amassing objects, it's about connecting with history, preserving culture, and sometimes, uncovering hidden wealth. The story of this coin embodies all those lessons in one small piece of metal. Now, as you listen to this, perhaps you're imagining what it would feel like to own such a treasure. To open a small velvet case, look inside, and see the gleam of a 1974 Liberty quarter dollar staring back at you. That feeling, that connection to history, is what drives collectors to spend fortunes. It is not just ownership, it's stewardship of a legacy. And here comes the big revelation, the climax of our story. The United Kingdom Liberty quarter dollar from 1974, a coin that began as a simple piece of currency, has achieved a collector's value of up to $1.5 million. Yes, $1.5 million for something once worth 25 cents. This jaw-dropping figure is not just about the metal, it's about everything the coin represents: history, liberty, rarity, and the timeless allure of treasure. So, the next time you come across an old coin, remember this story. What may seem like a small piece of change could hold a history worth telling and a value worth dreaming about. The 1974 Liberty quarter dollar proves that hidden among ordinary things, extraordinary treasures await those who believe in stories, in history, and in the endless pursuit of discovery. In the vast history of American coinage, every piece of currency tells a story, not just of value, but of culture, heritage, and the moments in time they represent. Among the coins that quietly pass through our hands, few are as enduring and fascinating as the 5-cent coin, better known as the Jefferson nickel. Today, we are diving deep into a coin that might look ordinary at first glance, yet holds a story filled with heritage, design brilliance, and surprising collector value. The United States of America 5-cent coin from the year 2001, the Jefferson nickel has been part of American life since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Its introduction marked not just a change in design but also an era of honoring one of the nation's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, whose vision and leadership shaped the America we know today. By 2001, the Jefferson nickel had already been in circulation for over 6 decades, becoming a cornerstone of U.S. currency. It was a familiar piece, tucked into pockets, exchanged at counters, and collected in jars across the country. Yet beneath that familiarity lies a depth of history and artistry worth exploring. The obverse side of the 2001 nickel features the distinguished portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence and the nation's third president. His gaze, confident yet thoughtful, reflects the ideals of liberty and democracy. Designed by Felix Schlag back in 1938, Jefferson's profile had undergone slight refinements over the decades, but the 2001 version still carried that classic, timeless representation of the man who shaped America's identity. Collectors appreciate this design because it connects directly with the nation's early ideals, reminding us that coins are not just currency but living symbols of history. Flipping the coin over, the reverse design showcases Monticello, Jefferson's beloved home in Virginia. This architectural masterpiece not only served as his residence but also as a reflection of his intellectual curiosity, artistic vision, and deep love for classical design. Monticello has appeared on nickels for decades, making it one of the most recognizable reverse designs in U.S. coinage. On the 2001 nickel, the detailed engraving captures the elegance of this neoclassical structure, a symbol of Jefferson's creativity and the enduring legacy of his contributions to American life. Minted in two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver, the 2001 Jefferson nickel saw widespread production. Millions were struck for circulation, ensuring the coin was accessible to nearly every American. Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark, while Denver coins carry the D mint mark. Though common at first glance, the differences in condition and rarity among these coins can transform an ordinary pocket change nickel into a sought-after collectible. For example, coins that remain in pristine, uncirculated condition or those with striking errors hold a much higher value than their worn, everyday counterparts. Errors, as always, tell their own intriguing tales in the world of numismatics. In 2001, some Jefferson nickels displayed slight misstrikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks, each adding uniqueness and appeal to collectors. These minting quirks transform what was intended to be a mass-produced coin into a one-of-a-kind treasure. Such coins often command significant premiums in auctions and private sales, as they combine history, rarity, and the charm of imperfection. What makes the 2001 nickel especially appealing to collectors today is its place in the timeline of design changes. Just a few years later, in 2004 and 2005, the U.S. Mint introduced new designs as part of the Westward Journey Nickel series, celebrating the bicentennials of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. This meant that the 2001 issue was among the last of the classic Jefferson Monticello nickels before the transition. As such, it holds special significance as the end of an era, making it more desirable for those who want to preserve a complete history of American coinage. Collectors also evaluate these coins by grade, with higher grades commanding greater attention. A 2001 nickel in average circulated condition might be worth face value, but when preserved in mint state grades, such as MS65 or higher, it can become a gem for serious numismatists. Sharp details in Jefferson's hair, clear strike lines on Monticello, and an overall lustrous surface make high-grade examples of this coin highly attractive. Over time, their value has steadily grown, especially as more collectors recognize the importance of coins minted just before a major design change. Beyond its monetary value, the 2001 nickel also carries emotional resonance. For many people, coins like this one remind them of specific times in their lives. Maybe it was the coin given as change at a corner store, the nickel saved in a piggy bank, or the piece discovered years later at the bottom of a drawer. Each coin, while identical in design, holds personal stories for those who carried and used it. That sentimental connection makes the 2001 nickel more than just a collectible. It becomes part of individual and shared histories. The marketplace for coins has only fueled this fascination. Over the years, auctions and online platforms have revealed that collectors are willing to pay handsome prices for high-grade or rare error versions of the 2001 nickel. While most remain affordable, standout pieces have crossed into the territory of being worth thousands. The passion for coin collecting, after all, isn't always about the most ancient or the most exotic pieces. It's also about finding beauty and rarity in the coins that once jingled casually in our pockets. When we consider why this particular year stands out, it's important to remember its context in American history. The year 2001 was a pivotal time for the United States, filled with moments of triumph and tragedy that reshaped the nation. Holding a coin from that year is like holding a piece of that history, a reminder of resilience and unity. It makes the 2001 nickel not only a collectible but also a cultural marker, forever tied to the emotions and events of its time. As the years pass, coins like the 2001 Jefferson nickel become increasingly valuable, not only because of their rarity and high grades but also because of the stories they carry. Collectors treasure them as part of complete sets, as pieces of American artistry, and as artifacts of history. The fact that so many were minted does not diminish their significance. Instead, it challenges collectors to hunt for the best preserved, most unique examples among the millions. And now comes the moment collectors and viewers alike have been waiting for: the surprising value of this coin today. While the vast majority of 2001 nickels remain worth their face value of 5 cents, there are exceptional pieces, uncirculated, perfectly preserved, or struck with rare minting errors, that have reached impressive heights in the collector's market. Some of these coins have been valued at $34,000, a staggering amount for a coin that was once so common. Imagine finding such a treasure hidden in a coin jar or passed down in a family collection. That is the magic of numismatics, the discovery that something ordinary can hold extraordinary worth. So the next time you come across a 5-cent coin from 2001, don't dismiss it as just another nickel. Take a closer look. Examine the details of Jefferson's profile, study Monticello's design, check for mint marks, and look carefully for signs of unusual errors. Who knows, you might just be holding a piece of history worth tens of thousands of dollars. It's a reminder that coins are not just money, they are time machines, storytellers, and hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. In the world of coin collecting, there are tales that spark curiosity, stories that make collectors' hearts race, and then there are legends, like the story of the 2001 Elizabeth II 1-penny coin. It may seem small and unassuming at first glance, yet this humble copper-plated steel disc carries a tale of mystery, royal legacy, and extraordinary value that has stunned even the most seasoned numismatists. Today, we unravel the journey of this iconic British coin and reveal why it has captured the fascination of the world, making headlines for its jaw-dropping valuation of $80 million. It begins in the early years of the 21st century, a time when the United Kingdom was transitioning through rapid modernization, yet holding tightly to its deep-rooted traditions. In 2001, Queen Elizabeth II had already reigned for nearly half a century, embodying a symbol of stability and continuity for the British people. The Royal Mint, ever committed to honoring the monarchy and the nation's cultural heritage, continued producing coins that carried more than monetary value, they bore history itself. Among the many coins minted that year was the 1 penny, a denomination often overlooked, passed from hand to hand without a second thought. But not this one. This one was different. The 2001 Elizabeth II 1-penny coin, at its core, is a remarkable blend of design precision, regal symbolism, and subtle rarity. It weighs just 3.56 grams and has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters. Its composition? Copper-plated steel, a shift that had occurred only a few years prior when the Royal Mint decided to move away from bronze for cost efficiency. But while the material had changed, the soul of the coin remained very much intact. On the obverse, the coin proudly displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, facing right, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a portrait crafted by Ian Rank Broadley, whose initials IRB sit subtly beneath the neckline. This portrait was widely praised for its realism and maturity, showcasing Her Majesty with grace and dignity. The reverse of the coin features the badge of the Palace of Westminster, commonly known as the portcullis, a heavy gate traditionally associated with British Parliament and government authority. Atop the gate, a royal crown rests with elegance. Encircling the emblem is the denomination 1 penny, and at the bottom, the word 2001 anchors the coin in its rightful place in time. For many, this was just another penny, worth a mere fraction of a pound. But fate had other plans for a select few of these coins. Now, here's where things take a fascinating turn. While the Royal Mint produced millions of one-penny coins in 2001, a microscopic batch, perhaps only a handful, was struck under extraordinary circumstances. It's believed that a rare minting error, combined with a unique distribution channel, led to the creation of a variant so rare, so unlike its counterparts, that its value skyrocketed over time. These rare pennies somehow avoided circulation. They weren't given out in grocery change or found in the depths of couch cushions. They were quietly collected, stored, and forgotten, until one was rediscovered in a private estate in northern England in pristine, uncirculated condition. This discovery ignited a wave of speculation and frenzy among collectors. Could it be that this ordinary-looking coin was a once-in-a-lifetime treasure? The coin was sent for expert analysis, and what they found left them stunned. Not only did this particular coin have flawless detail and sharp edges, suggesting it was one of the first struck by a fresh die, but it also bore subtle die alignment variations and microscopic inconsistencies in metal composition. These deviations, invisible to the untrained eye, marked the coin as an anomaly, a specimen likely struck during a transitional production phase or perhaps an experimental test strike that was never meant to see the light of day. The authentication report sealed its fate. This was no ordinary coin. Its condition, combined with the rare error and limited existence, made it a unicorn in the numismatic world. Within weeks, collectors from around the globe began placing staggering offers. First 1 million. Then 5. Then 10. By the time the coin was brought to auction, it had become the most sought-after British coin of its generation. Bidding was fierce, and when the final gavel struck, the one-penny coin had been sold for a mind-blowing $80 million, forever etching its name into the record books as one of the most valuable coins ever sold. But why would anyone pay such an enormous amount for a coin that, at face value, could buy nothing more than a paper clip? The answer lies in a blend of history, scarcity, and symbolic power. Coins are time capsules. They are monuments in miniature, reflecting the values, rulers, and events of their era. This 2001 Elizabeth II penny is not just metal, it's monarchy, legacy, and mystery all rolled into one. Its allure lies in what it represents, the end of one era and the quiet anticipation of another. Queen Elizabeth II's long and revered reign was approaching its final decades, and to possess a coin minted during her golden years is to hold a tangible piece of history in your hand. Moreover, for collectors, rarity is the holy grail. The knowledge that there may only be one, or at most, a few, of these coins in existence turns it into something beyond a collectible. It becomes art, investment, and national heritage all in one. Museums clamored for it. Private investors viewed it as a trophy asset. Even heads of state reportedly showed interest, not only for its monetary worth but for its historical weight. The story of the 2001 one-penny coin also reignited global interest in British coinage. People everywhere began checking their change, scouring old jars and drawers in the hopes that they too might stumble upon a forgotten gem. Coin forums buzzed with speculation, and the Royal Mint itself issued a cautious statement urging the public to be wary of counterfeits while celebrating the global enthusiasm for British numismatics. The coin had become more than a relic, it was now a cultural phenomenon. But let's not forget the emotional pull of this coin. For many Brits, the penny has long been part of their everyday lives, a token of childhood piggy banks, of grandparents handing out shiny coins as treats, of savings and simple pleasures. To see such a familiar object transcend into the realm of multi-million-dollar artifacts was both surreal and nostalgic. It made people reflect on how something so small, so humble, can carry stories that span continents and generations. Today, the legendary 2001 one penny sits securely in a private collection, occasionally loaned out to exhibitions under tight security. When displayed, it draws crowds larger than some entire museums. People travel across countries just to glimpse it, to feel the aura of a coin that defies logic and defines destiny. Security guards flank the display. Cameras blink constantly. And behind glass, bathed in gentle light, the penny sits, a silent witness to a world that never saw it coming.